Select a volumetric flask of appropriate size. Before using a flask, it is generally a good idea to rinse with a solvent that will be used to make your solution. Add several milliliters of solvent to the flask and replace the stopper. Rotate the flask to ensure rinsing of all sides. Dispose of the solvent in a waste container. Repeat the rinsing process at least one more time. Clamp the flask to a stable anchor such as a ring stand. Position a filling funnel directly above the flask. The base of the funnel should not rest directly on the mouth of the flask. Place the desired amount of solid in a beaker and add a small amount of solvent to dissolve the solid. Quantitatively transfer the solution to the volumetric flask. Rinse the beaker with small amounts of solvent to ensure complete transfer. Add all rinsings to the flask. Carefully add solvent to bring the solution up to the calibration mark. When the level of solution is just below the mark, stop adding solvent. Use a pipette or other small dispenser to fill the flask the remainder of the way. The bottom of the meniscus should lie even with a calibration line. Place a cap on the flask and invert it several times to thoroughly mix the solution. Dispense the contents of the volumetric flask by slowly inverting the flask over the receiving vessel. Hold the flask upside down for approximately half a minute to ensure the contents have completely drained. Touch the last remaining drop to the side of the vessel and remove.